Hi guys, welcome to my video. If you are new here, my name is Brittany. Today the look that I'm going to be creating is Cruella DeVil, and this is take 2 because I've already had to wash my face. So how fun. This is why I do these videos, or we YouTubers do these videos. Am I a YouTuber? Anyways, this is why we do these videos, so that you don't have to make them. You can just, follow along. Anywho, let's go ahead and get started and let's jump right into the video. Okay, I'm gonna start by priming my eyes, and the primer that I'm gonna use is the Master Eye Prep and Set Medium by Makeup by Mario. I am really excited to use this. I actually just got it in the mail today, and I'm going to dip into the lightest shade here. I have pretty dark circles around my eyes, as I've said in previous videos, and clearly you can tell. So I'm going to make sure that I bring that primer down so that it covers my dark circles. Okay, once I have that on the eye, in the palette there is a powder as well. So these are the creams, and then there's a powder here. He says this is a translucent powder so that you can set your eyes. So I'm gonna dip into that, and I'm going to set. Now I'm gonna go in with my eyeshadow, and the eyeshadow that I'm gonna use is the Huda Beauty Emerald Obsessions. I'm going to dip into this darker shade here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start placing that right above my crease. And packing that color on. And her eyeshadow, it's oval. So I started in the center, and I'm gonna bring that down to the corner, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on this side to the corner of the eye. Now, once I have the shape that I desire, I'm going to do the other side, and I will be right back. Okay, so now this is where you should be, and to be honest, I know it looks a little scary. I mean, at the end of the day, she looks quite scary. Let's go in with a lighter shade, and I just want to, oh great, I just like stuck my fingernail into my eyeshadow. Fantastic. So let's go in with this lighter shade here, and I'm just gonna diffuse not the inside, I just want to diffuse the outer portion of the eye a little bit. I'm going to dip in, and I'm going to place that about half on the shadow and half off, and just kind of diffuse that. Just like that, and I'm gonna do the other eye, and I'll be back. Okay, now we've gotten to this point, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a winged liner. I'm going to do a winged liner. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anywho, the eyeliner that I'm gonna use is my Kat Von D liner. So this is where we're at. Just so you know, if you guys hear raining, it is storming outside. Now, after I've created my winged liner, I'm gonna go in with a makeup remover, and I'm going to clean up right underneath. Once you've cleaned up the eyeshadow, now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna apply my base, and I will be right back. When I say apply my base, I'm assuming that everyone watching, for the most part, knows what I'm talking about, but if you don't and you're a beginner, I'm just talking about applying my foundation. So I've applied my foundation now, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna highlight my face a little bit with some concealer. I just want to bring up too, like when I'm doing my makeup tutorials, like typically, I mean, yeah, you can use what I'm using, but you don't have to go out and you don't have to buy all these million different products. I know that sometimes when I'm watching a tutorial, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I have to have the product that they're using because that's what they're using. But at the end of the day, we all have a foundation and we all have like a contour, like highlighters. I share with you what I'm using and the shades that I'm using, which I will link in the description. Like my foundation, just use whatever shade and whatever foundation that you like to use. And I'm going to conceal under my eyes a little bit. So I'm gonna put a little here. Her chin needs to be highlighted. The tops of her cheekbones need to be highlighted. And her nose needs to be highlighted, but I'm gonna wait for her nose until I'm ready to contour, and then I'll make it more prominent. Now I'm gonna go in with my Kat Von D 40 brush, and I like to pat, I don't like to swipe. I'm going to lightly set underneath my eyes and my cheeks, and the powder I use is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I like to use a big fluffy brush. The brush that I'm using is the Scott Barnes brush 67, and I love this brush. Size of my face fluffy brush, it's amazing. Now I'm going to go back into my Huda Beauty palette with a smaller brush. I'm going to dip into the darker color and go right up to my lash line. All right, now I'm gonna do my eyebrows, and this is going to take a bit of concentration, but I'll do the best to explain it to you as I'm doing it. Okay, so I'm gonna use an eyeliner. I'm not going to use a brow. I want my eyebrows to be very dark. I'm going to start at the bottom of my eyebrow here, and I'm going to trace it, and I'm going to create like a curve, but not until after I trace it. So just watch. Okay, now I'm going to create like a little swoop. Like that. Do the top. Okay, so I'm going to do the other eyebrow and I will be right back. Okay, so I should have recorded doing this eyebrow because apparently doing the second eyebrow is way better. But, so I like the inturned eyebrows because I feel like when I like raise my eyebrows, I look very mean. And that's what we're going for. So, anywho, I'm going to go into my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit palette. I'm gonna take a little small definer brush and I'm gonna dip into the color Snow, and I'm gonna go right under the eyebrow. Okay, now we're going to do our cheeks. And I'm going to use my Scott Barnes contouring palette and my handy dandy angled brush. And I'm gonna dip into Carve, and I'm going to pinch my brush and make it more dense and start at my cheekbone at an angle and work my way down. I'm not gonna go all the way because I'm gonna take a smaller brush and do a light shading. So I'm just gonna go that far. All right, now I'm going to go into a little fluffy brush like this, and I'm gonna dip into Carve again, and her cheeks are very rounded right here, so I'm gonna smile. And kind of make like a little Nike check. Okay, now with a big fluffy brush like I went in earlier, I'm just going to diffuse that a little bit by doing little stippling motions back and forth. Oh, let me do my nose. So for my nose, I'm gonna go right under like the eyebrow here. And I'm gonna lightly bring that down, kind of blend it up into the eyebrow. And underneath, she has a very button nose. All right. Now I'm going to take a much smaller brush. On the brush I have a smaller end here. So I'm going to dip into the same color, Carve, and I'm going to draw a line across there. And then I'm going to diffuse that line here. Okay, and her chin is very prominent, so we did highlight here earlier. What I'm gonna do is this is one of my favorite things to do, so I'll probably do this in all of my makeup videos. Here, and then, okay, so I'm just gonna come around. All right, now I'm going to go under my jawline. We are done with our contour. Now we're gonna highlight. And the highlight I'm gonna go in with is my same highlighting kit. So I'm going on top of the cheekbone, I'm bringing it down a little bit further, and then I'm going right into the temple here. So I'm highlighting this whole little area. I'm going to highlight my chin. Now with a smaller brush, I'm going to highlight the bridge of my nose and the tip of my nose. Highlight my Cupid's bow. Now I am going to set my face, and setting mist that I'm using is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid. Okay, now I'm gonna line my lips, and the lip liner I'm using is the Kylie Jenner Boss. With her smile, her lips are very defined, but they go out a little bit. So I'm going to line my lips like I normally would. But when I get to the top, I'm actually gonna kind of like do a little swoop, and then I'll meet the bottom to it. Pray for me. Okay, now I'm gonna fill them in with my Rare Beauty Inspire. Now, really quickly off camera, I am going to tightline my eyes, mascara, eyelashes. I'll be back. Here is your final look. I hope you guys enjoyed. Basically, when I got off of camera, like I said earlier, I tightlined the top of my eyes because that is not very pretty on camera. I put mascara on and I added eyelashes. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. I'd also like to say any and all feedback is welcomed, but be kind. I would love to see you recreate it. So make sure to tag me. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you guys in my next video.